this isn't in the best condition, but it's not that bad. It's okay. And let me get this for you so I can show you around a little. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's not in the best condition. It's got a few scratches on and everything else, but other than that, I'd say it's in like a grade B. It's like it's not that much scratchy. There's not much there. It just needs a clean. We've got the DVD drive. We've got the power. We've got this little thing you can turn around. You don't see this on new PS4s anymore. You don't see it on the PS4. The PS. I think you saw it on the original PS3, the fat PS3. That they kept this. PS4, PS5 doesn't have it no more. So yeah, it's gone. It's a shame they got rid of that because that was good. I enjoyed turning there when I wanted it upwards. You've got your game cards, like your memory cards. You've got your controller configurations. You can do everything with this. At the back of your PlayStation, you had your hard drive by, which I still have this thing. I just got to find it. There's so much stuff with this. And now, in 2024, you can do a lot of stuff with this. So what I mean in 2024, what can you do with a PS2? Well, there's so many things you can do with PS2. You can go onto AliExpress and you can pick yourself up an FMCB, which is a free mech boot, which is on a memory card. And what you do with this memory card is you turn on your PS2, you get this, and you plug it into the first slot, like that, you turn it on, and then your typical PS2 will have the browser and system configuration. But when you plug this in, you have the browser system configuration, and then you have the free Mac boot, which is, there's a lot of stuff in there you can do. There's the manager that you can do. There's Elf, which you can copy stuff and everything like that. And there's RPL, where RPL you can play your backup games from an hard drive or from an SD card. And now, what I mean by an SD card is that you can go on AliExpress and you can pick yourself up one of these. Now, this is a Bit Fun X SD card adapter for PS2, MX4 ISO. Now, what you do with this is, let me see if we can get this open just to show you what you can do with this now. Alright, so with this, what you can do is, see there's an SD card there, you can use any SD card, doesn't matter what SD card. I've heard that SanDisk SD cards don't work. So if you got a SanDisk, I would recommend you get a different one, because I've heard that the SanDisk SD cards do not work in the PS2, sorry. I think I said PS4s before, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I did. PS2s. Okay, so this is that memory card that I have, which is a 256 gigabyte. Okay, so as you see, that's in there now. So what you do, and let me lift this up. Okay, so what you do is you put this inside. This will light up, and you can do different stuff in the RPL. Now, there's a lot of videos on YouTube that say, go into the RPL, go into settings, go down to the USB and set it to manual, and then you'll see the block devices. Now, when I ordered this from AliExpress, I opened the RPL. I didn't see any block devices. Didn't see anything like that. Now, before you go through the pain like I did when I was trying to do it, I've done it for 5 hours. What you need to do is you need to go into the computer. You need to search and Google RPL download, or you can search on YouTube. You need to update the RPL on your memory card for that to work. So what you need to do is download the latest update of RPL. You're gonna copy it and you're gonna paste it, or make another RPL type of stuff, and then you've got to paste that other RPL, the new one, over the old one to get the block devices to work. Now the reason it doesn't work straight is because this is a knockoff. This is from AliExpress. Oops. This is from AliExpress, so this is a knockoff. This isn't the original. This is a knockoff, and that's why it doesn't work straight out the box. Now, if you've got the official one, it should work. But the ones from AliExpress you have to do for yourself have to been modified. But your could work. Your could just work at the box. I've probably just got a different one. I've got version 1.9.3. I mean version 1.953. I just have that one. You can have a completely different one and it'll work fine. And the other thing is the SD card, which I was talking to you about. The SD card is okay. It's okay for now, but I wouldn't recommend it. I really wouldn't recommend an SD card in a PS2. If that's all you've got for now, then I would suggest do it. Play the games off there that you want to play until you can get an hard drive. Get a SATA hard drive. Don't get an audio hard drive because that'll be slow. Get a SATA hard drive. Now you can use an SSD, but I really don't see the point of an SSD, to be honest. Especially since this is an old console, I would rather use a hard drive. And now the reason why I said is that this is not the best is because micro SD cards only go up to a certain amount. Now you can't find an SD card that goes up to 16 terabytes, can you? Only if you can, then it's probably fake or it's a real one, but it's going to be very, very expensive. And I know these go up to 1 TB, but with an hard drive you've got more capacity. In the back of the PS4, PS2, I keep saying PS4, God, it's a PS2! Okay, so in the back on the PS2, you could put up to a 16 terabyte hard drive in the back of this PS2. So you could have PS2 games, you could have retro games, you could have game backups, you could have all type of things on this PS2, everything you want. You can have DVDs, movies, games, music, all that type of stuff on there. RetroArch, Nintendo, N64, PS1. Let's go and show you how this works. Alright, so the PS2's turned on, and I'm sorry for the mess, guys. I haven't long moved into this property, so I'm still getting things done, putting the floor down and everything like that, so at the minute it's a mess. But as you see, I've took out the 3 boot and the SD card. Now if we look at the TV, as you see, there is the browser and system configuration, so there's no RPL or anything. Now if I put that 3 boot in, this is what happens. So I'll put that in there, and as you see, there's still nothing there because I need to restart the PS2. So if I restart the PS2, and then you'll see, there we go, 3 boot, which is 2008. Okay, I've got the controller. So as you see now, I've got browser, system configuration, you've got U-Launcher. This is what I was talking about, where you can copy things, paste things, you can do that type of stuff. I got this one, which this one does not have the block devices on. It doesn't show. This one does because I made it myself. Same as this one, but this one doesn't work. You've got launch disk. This is if you want to launch your games or a DVD, if you've got the 3 boot in. Code break, I'm not sure what that is yet because I have not tried it. USB advanced, I've not tried that one. Or GSM, I've tried the 3 boot configurator, which you can do type of things with. You can search it on YouTube or stuff like that. But how this works is if I go into RPL, so if I go into RPL, now the MX4 ISO isn't in the PS2, so it's not going to show anything at the moment. It's going to tell me there's no hard drive. But as you see, BDM games is now, because the MX4 ISO is looking for BDM games, this will change to MX4 ISO if I put that in, and I'll show you right now actually about that. So if I get this and I'll put it into that, and as you see, it's changed to MX4 SEL games. Now MX4 SEL games, if you take that out, it'll go back to BDM games, which is, I'm not sure what BDM means, but yeah, that. So I've got Call of Duty World at War. This is from the SD card, by the way, and as you see, it's on because of the green light. Now, if I just load up, let's just load up. Let's just do Resident Evil 4. So let's go loading config. You can put art and everything on there. And if you look at that in a minute, it should flash. So there you go, you got PS2. It should start flashing in a moment. Which is there, which is the blue one. Don't think, there you go. You see? So there you go, it's reading from the SD card. And as you see from the SD card, it's just running perfectly fine. There's no lagging. There's no nothing. You can do different type of stuff with this. I'm just showing you all this anyway, but this is what you can do with the PS2. You can do a lot of stuff with this, especially from an SD card, which if you've got an SD card lying around, then you can use it. But yeah, I'm just going to turn this off now. Oh, do this and then restart it. But anyway guys, this is going to be the end of this video. If you like this, please leave a like. Please subscribe if you're new. Please comment on what you think of the PS2. How do you feel about it? And would you own a PS2 in 2024? And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.